Everybody. How's everybody doing today? Welcome. I hope everybody got the tour in and everybody got to experience Miss Madam C.J. Walker's mansion. So first off, I want to say good afternoon to everybody and welcome. Welcome to Madam C.J. Walker's mansion. And I just want to take a moment so that we can appreciate that we're standing in the home of America's first self-made female millionaire. And Lord knows what that means because inflation is crazy, so probably billionaire at this point. A Black woman. The energy is here. Don't you guys feel it? How many of you guys feel it? I want to feel you guys feel it. So today we gather in celebration of today's theme, Undeniable, the Rise of Resilience. The extraordinary Black women in business that embody resilience, leadership, and innovation in everything they do, and we are so honored to have them with us here today. So, with that, like everything we do here at Essence this afternoon is unapologetically intentional. We're not here to ask for permission. Can I get an okay? Amen? An amen? Okay, now I feel the energy. We're not here to ask for permission or a seat at the table. We are the table. We're here to affirm what we already know, what all of us in this room know, that Black women are simply participants, and not just participants in business, but instead we are the architects, we are the innovators, and frankly, the ones holding it all together. I know what word you guys submitted from that. So let's celebrate brilliance, let's celebrate resilience, and let's celebrate the undeniable force that is Black women in business. And in the same spirit, I would like everybody to please give a warm, warm welcome to the stage, Rechelle Purcell, Chief Transformation Officer of the L'Oreal Group North America.
Thank you. I feel the energy. That was amazing. You all look stunning. Thank you for being here. I want to first start with a re-emphasis that we are here in the home of Villa Lewaro, the legacy of the first beauty entrepreneur and engineer. You said it, the first self-made woman millionaire of America. And I think it's really powerful that she is a Black woman. So to be in this space surrounded by beauty, strength, and leadership of Black women is deeply meaningful for me. It is an honor to stand with all of you and such inspiring honorees and leaders. But we find ourselves in a very interesting moment. We come together to celebrate at a time of great challenge and questions. But over the last several months, hundreds of thousands of Black women have lost their jobs in the U.S., a reality that weighs heavily on all of us. I want to reinforce the conviction of L'Oreal that we stand with Black women. We honor your, our, my resilience, your, our, my creativity, your essential role in business, in culture and society. L'Oreal's commitments as the #1 beauty company in the world, our mission is to create the beauty that moves the world by serving, reflecting, and uplifting consumers from every walk of life. I put an exclamation point on every walk of life. I'm proud of our commitment to representation, the workforce diversity, to hiring, to supporting Black women leaders. Our cultural fluency and relevance remains critical to our mission. And so with these partnerships, like the very important partnership with Essence, we are so incredibly excited with this call to action. So today we stand on the shoulders of giants like Madam C.J. Walker, who showed us what's possible when Black women lead and innovate in beauty and business. I want you to know that we see you, we honor you, and we stand with you. Together we are creating spaces where Black women thrive and shape the future beyond beauty. So I thank you, Essence. It is our honor to be here. Congratulations to the honorees and to the people who I will personally get to honor later today. I'm very excited about that. But all of the honorees, again, we're happy to be with you. Thank you for your leadership, your courage, and your vision.
It's a big step. Oh, thank you so much. I am Kirk McDonald. I'm the CEO of the Sundial Media Group. It is my honor and privilege to be here with you. Rechelle, thank you so very, very much. Before we go into the actual awards presentations, I want to take a moment to, again, recognize and thank some very important people in this room. First, again, thank you to our presenting sponsor, L'Oreal Group. Thank you for your unwavering commitment to celebrating and empowering women, and today celebrating and empowering Black women in business. Without you, this is not possible, and we are so grateful. Your partnership and belief in our mission makes moments like this, cultural moments like this, happen. Second, to the Essence Ventures Board and all of our sponsors here, you're a part of this. So thank you for your continued investment in uplifting Black women leaders. Your support creates the foundation for this work. To the families and teams standing behind our honorees today, we see you. It's not possible without that village of supporters, cheerleaders, because we know the days and nights are dark and lonely for these leaders. We see you and we thank you. You make it possible. Your support has not gone unnoticed. Now to our honorees, to your families that are here, your teams, we are here because of the incredible work you continue to do. You're not done. You're lifting and you're pulling us along with you. We celebrate with you. Let's give every member here, every honoree here, a warm round of applause as we thank you. Now, I'm going to get out of your way, and coming up as we get started is our Chief Content Officer, Michele Ghee.
Okay, first things first. I don't know who's in menopause, but I asked them to turn the heat down because it's hot in here, okay? That is the first thing. I said, oh my goodness, please turn the heat down. So anybody who knows me knows that, like, I love to speak. I think I'm good at it. God has blessed me, but today is so important. I wanted to print my little notes on my printer, so I wasted 16 pages of this, but it's only gonna take a few minutes. 16 pages? No, it's not. That's what I'm saying. Come on, Ursula, we knew we got places to be. Okay, it's in big font. It's in big font. Okay, why they give me a mic? Okay, so listen. I want you guys to look around. Isn't this room magnificent? Now, I really just want to take a moment because we are in a time in our history where they're trying to roll it back. They're trying to remind us that we're not important and invisible. And so I want to just make sure you understand, like, the importance of this moment. And I want to thank our board and Kirk and our owner and the sales team and everybody, because when we walk through this house, we're like, it has to be here. It must be in this house at this time, in this moment. So y'all, listen, y'all special. So I just want to welcome you here. They said my My title is Chief Content Officer. Probably have a whole bunch of titles. But what I want to let you know is that the reason why this is so important to me is because I know what it feels like to be invisible. I know what it feels like to be underpaid, undervalued, not invited, ideas stolen. But guess what? We still standing, and we're going to claim our victory. So I'm going to say I'm amongst peers. Maybe not, but probably. But understand, we're amongst trailblazers. We're amongst legends, although you still look like you 48, Miss Patti LaBelle. We're among women, and we stand on their shoulders today in this room, right? Because we know that we cannot do it alone. See, that was one page, Ursula. It's going fast. It's going fast. And what we also know is that Black women in business are oftentimes invisible, and we do not get celebrated enough. So on this beautiful Thursday, because it rained yesterday, y'all, right? Didn't it rain yesterday? So it rained yesterday. So on this beautiful and blessed Thursday afternoon, we're going to change that, and we're going to honor the women that deserve to be honored alongside L'Oreal. And I got to say this because things like this don't happen without sponsors. We know P&G is in the room. L'Oreal is our presenting sponsor. So thank you for seeing us. Thank you for showing us. Thank you for coming with your posse. We see you. So we're honoring women who built empires. We know that Ursula Burns is here. She broke barriers. She was the first Black CEO. How is that possible? How? And that wasn't that long ago. And there's still only one today, right? Our friend Tashunda. And so this is not just for ourselves, but for everybody coming behind us, because we know it's possible for everybody. So finally, this room is intentional. So we had to make a decision, right? We're like, oh my gosh. Rechelle Dennis is a visionary. He's like 40 people. We can't fit 140. But I want you to know that it wasn't about not allowing people in. It was about making sure that we created a room that there was impact, that you guys could connect. We wanted to make sure that it wasn't crowded, but that listen, it says circle, but it's a rectangle, so that you guys could talk. Where that every voice matters and every voice is heard, because what we know is when there's a lot of noise, transformation can't happen. So we wanted to keep the room really, really small. It was intentional. So this afternoon, we're going to breathe. We're going to connect. We're going to celebrate all of you. So guess who's up first? It's my honor. And I get a little teary because, Monica, we go way, 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 way back. I don't want to say because I'm only 29, but I've been working 30 years in the business. I was at -1 and menopause at that point. But it's so important to honor women like Monica, because nobody would know who she is if we didn't honor her today. Unless you read the reports and the financial reports, because she's hidden in such a big corporation. But I can tell you personally, she saw me in my career and made sure that I had a seat at the table. So today we honor you, Monica Turner. So our first award goes to you, and it is called the Leadership Award in Corporate America, which honors a woman whose ability to inspire, guide, celebrate, elevate others. You have set the standard in business excellence. And you here with your husband. I called him Christopher. His name is Christian. I got it now. I learned fast. Come on. So, Monica, you're president at Procter & Gamble, which is not an easy title to acquire. And you spent 4 decades, girl, you look good, because corporate America ain't easy to manage. But I want you guys to know this. $43 billion was under her domain. She drove $13 billion. I love to say numbers because numbers are important. $13 billion in 5 years. If I had that much money, I wouldn't be here today. Monica, your leadership hasn't just been about the results, because you have way over-delivered. But it's really been about you opening doors and lifting up others. And I want to see you today. I want to celebrate you today. So I want you to join me on this stage, because you are worthy to receive the Corporate Leadership Award.
All right, thank you. I appreciate it. Hello, everybody. Oh, you guys look good out there, let me tell you. Thank you so much. I first have to say thank you, Michele, for this honor, and the Essence team. It's an incredible honor to be amongst the honorees here today. But I have to thank Essence for 55 years of unapologetically celebrating the brilliance of Black women. So many times unseen, unrecognized, but not by Essence. So I thank you, I honor you. We've had a long-standing commitment with Essence at Procter & Gamble. We wanted to make sure we were really telling the stories through our advertising in partnership with them. But nothing goes without saying how proud I am to work with this incredible Essence team. Each time I get to actually meet with you, Rich gives me long lunches, invites all his friends, and then the balance of the Essence team brings it all together and says, Monica, here's what we need. But you know, what I could always appreciate is it takes people to care to ensure that our culture, our relevance, the authentic connections we need to make to continue to make this world a better place. And without people like the Essence team and without you and your family, Rich, I think our community wouldn't be as strong as it is. So I thank you, I honor you, and it just means so much to be here today. You know, you said it right. You know, sometimes people ask me, I just had Ursula, I was talking to her, she said, where have you been? I said, I've been getting to work. And I've been making sure that I've done what people did for me to ensure we do widen the path for others. So some of us do a lot out loud. Some of us make sure we're getting it done so that others don't have to take as long as we do. And I feel like when I'm in this house, that must have been what she thought too. You know, you're standing here and I'm standing with you in the house that Madam C.J. Walker built. And I look at it and it's incredible, but she was more incredible. I'm reminded by her words, don't sit down and wait for opportunities to come. Get up and make them. And at Procter & Gamble, that's what it's about, and that's where I've been. She didn't just build a business, she built belief in what's possible for generations of leaders. You know, I was telling Ursula, and I said, you didn't know this, Ursula, but I was going to talk about you, even though at the time, she's like, I'm not sure I know who you are. Where you been? But I tell you, Ursula, and this is truly from the heart, seeing you honored here tonight is deeply personal for me as a business leader in corporate America, where there's not a lot of visibility for people like you so that I can actually see what it could be. You were the first Black woman that inspired me to see that it can be done at a Fortune 500 company. You showed me and so many others leadership at the highest level is possible. And so I say to Madam C.J. Walker and to you, because you were, I am. As I reflect on my journey, I know for sure visibility creates possibility. From intern to president of a Fortune 50 company, I've been fortunate to lead with purpose and impact, knowing every step forward widens the path for someone else. I accept this honor with deep gratitude, but a deeper purpose to make a difference. But I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for my husband, Chris. I would also like to recognize him. Chris has been my foundation and my rock for 38 years. So this goes way back, Michelle. You know, so Chris, thank you. I love you, and I appreciate you. And as I end, I just want to say thank you also to L'Oreal. We may compete, but thank you, my sisters, for continuing to lead the way. In this house, there is no competition. They're just full of love and support. So thank you and congratulations to my fellow honorees. I feel truly blessed to be here with all of you. Thank you.
I'm almost 60, but y'all see I didn't need help getting on this podium? Okay. Monica, thank you for that. And thank you to understand that there's competition, but there shouldn't be competition in this room because we have to elevate everyone. And not in this house. I love that. So she teed it up. Miss Ursula Burns, you are next. I love this. Come on, you guys. The Lifetime of Achievement Award goes to the one, the only Ursula Burns. So we already said it, but what is crazy is that the only Fortune 500 CEO for Xerox in 2009, it wasn't that long ago, 2009. which tells you everything about why we wanted to honor. And I said, Rich said, I can find Ursula. I said, yes, we want Miss Ursula Burrs. So your journey at Xerox began in 1980 as a summer intern. And I want to go through this because it's really important. It doesn't matter where you start, it matters where you end. So over 3 decades, she rose through every level of the company until you became CEO. And under your leadership, you orchestrated $6.4 billion acquisition that ultimately transformed Xerox into an independent public company. Oh, we're going to give you your flowers today. We're going to give you your flowers today. President Obama appointed you to lead the White House's National STEM program. Come on, y'all. I want to clap after every line. To chair the president's, did I say this right? To chair the president's export council. You've held many board positions, Exxon, American Express, Nestle. Today you serve on the board of Uber and
Don't call me with any problem.
Yo, when your Uber don't show up, don't call Ursula.
Unless your name is Rich.
Yeah, exactly. But not only that, you're also the founder, you're the founding partner of a private equity firm. Sis, you're still doing it. So we want to just tell you that we appreciate you because you didn't wait for permission. You did not wait for permission. You are undeniable. You are amazing. You are what we aspire to be. And so we are so excited to be here to honor you today. So let me move off the stage so I can let you come up here and get your flowers.
So obviously she's running for something. Or if she thinks I'm running for something, I can appoint her to something. None of those are true. You know, I'm gonna sway a little bit. I am 67 years old. The other day, so September 20th, I turned 67 years old. And I was sitting in my living room thinking, I'm 67 years old. How the heck does that happen? And how do I look so goddamn good? And the reason, and I'm going to say this a little bit later, I remember when I was growing up, my mother was the person who taught me how to kind of be a normal human and have good manners and everything. But I learned how to be black by reading Essence magazine. Remember that? We would see things like creams that you put on your face and how you had to do your hair a certain way. We didn't do any of that stuff, but we at least saw it, right? And they taught us how to do that. So, Rich, I'm going to talk about you a little bit later again, but thank you so much for keeping this whole thing alive. We need it. We need a voice that teaches our young men and women who need it more than ever how to be black. Because we actually know how to be bad white people. That's what we're learning a lot. But we have to learn how to be good people, and particularly good black people. Thank you to all of you in the room. I agree, small is really good and is beautiful, and tight, whoever said that earlier, is important. And congratulations to all of the other awardees. When I read the list, I was like, oh my goodness, and Patti LaBelle is going to be here. I mean, I was going to wear something different, but that would make me not Ursula. This is me. But I love you, sister. You are amazing. I love all of you who are winning. Who's my violin player? Where is she? I mean, what the heck is that about? I mean, it's just amazing. I'm honored. Madam Walker made me possible. Right? Everybody looks at me and says, "Oh my God, you're this amazing thing," and a little bit of luck, hard work, really good support. But an infrastructure that we don't pay a lot of attention to anymore as black people, and particularly as white Americans. They're trying to actually have us forget just how powerful, how resilient, how grit-filled we are. Think about what we had to go through to just get here. And I spent a lot of time with Brian Stevenson. If you ever get to go to, you go and you say, how the heck do we do this? How are we still here? The best efforts to destroy a culture and a people have failed. We cannot be the reason that we fail going forward. We can't give up. Anyway, I grew up with Essence. I love it. I had a great mother, a wonderful, wonderful husband, very much like your husband, who kind of just, grit his teeth and just kind of kept going along and saying, I'll just do anything you want. Just stop talking. Ursula, stop talking. We have a fight right now that we are engaged in that we cannot underestimate the efforts and the organized approach to trying to destroy a group of people. I know I shouldn't be political, but this is not a light effort. This was planned. But we've lived through hundreds of years of trying to destroy a people and a culture, and we've survived. And by the way, women at the foundation of that, but we got to watch our brothers, because I tell you, if we don't watch them, we have nothing. We have nothing. They have to come with us, lead us in a whole bunch of efforts. I'm happy to be here, and everybody in this room should be happy, but we have a whole bunch of people who are not participating to the levels that they should be. It's our responsibility to take them along. It's our responsibility, right? We have to give them money if they need it, give them an education if they need it. We have to take care of these guys, because I was saying to Monica earlier that if you think about how many black women there are in the United States, there's not that many. And if you think about look at all the successful black women in this room, we outpunch our weight by a lot. We need more, but we should be like 1-2% of the population here, and we definitely participate at a higher rate, but not at a high enough rate. And whoever brought this up, we still get paid 83 cents on the dollar for every friggin' white guy that goes to work. We do the same exact jobs. We clean the hallways and run companies. Everything from that in that scale, just like the white guys do, and we still get paid 83 cents on the dollar. It's ridiculous, right? We know how to do this better than we're doing it. We may have to step from behind the curtain a little bit and risk a little bit more than we have been risking. It's going to be tough out there. By the way, they know who we are. I'm on the board of the Ford Foundation, and we get the letter from J.D. Vance that said, I want to make sure that you know that we're looking at the Ford Foundation because we are a virulent, this is what it said, virulent anti-American institution. I'm like, I read this note and said, man, they must have gotten the wrong name, because they couldn't be talking about the Ford Foundation. This is like the guys who do Head Start, right? But it's amazing how the message is now that's what anti-American looks like, right? He's right. His vision of America, we don't fit. But he's one guy, and actually not the smartest guy. We are millions of people, and we have some friends that we have to bring along with us, and we'll be better. So Rich and I are not long friends. Right? I met you maybe 5-6 years ago. And I don't have a lot of friends. People who know me know this. I have probably 10 people that I can call good friends, and probably 20 that I can call if I'm really stuck, like in jail, and they can come and help me. But so let's say 10 people who are really good friends. And a lot of, the picture of a friend is that you hang out with them and you talk with them and you get to know them really well. Rich is a good friend. So when he called me, it didn't take more than 30 seconds, except for to say absolutely, because we can war together, right? You're strong enough to war together with, and thank you for that. This building is one of the examples. Group Black is another. All these ideas that we're going to try them. It works great. If it doesn't work, at least we tried it. And so keep it up, brother. I mean, we really, really, really need you. I love you. And I feel, even though 5 years, like I've been friends for 20 years. And last words, we have to keep up the fight. We cannot get frightened into a corner. We are here because Madam C.J. Walker literally, imagine this woman in this country who was still hanging people, right? Literally buys this place, starts a business. Imagine all of these people who came over, not at their own free will, but who fought for us, who died for us. If we don't put our best efforts into assuring that we don't move backwards, then shame on us, right? So we really have to move forward. We can do it in this room. A lot of women in this room. Sorry, men, for excluding you for a minute. But we do it. We actually not only take care of families, we take care of the world. We take care of our husbands. We take care of even the white guys that don't like us, right? We raise their kids too. So anyway, by the way, we should continue doing that because maybe we can teach them to be better people, right? I mean, maybe because their parents aren't doing it. Love you guys. Thank you. I am so honored. So honored. Thank you.
That's how she became CEO. She's keeping it BC. All right, we're going to keep this going. We want to end on time today. So, y'all don't know this, but let me tell you a fun fact. I got a great crossover and a three-point jump shot, okay? And people always look at my husband and think he was an athlete, but my son got his athleticism from Michele Ghee. And speaking of athleticism and women in sports, hey girl, Keia Clarke. Keia Clarke is in the house. Now, I don't know if you know, but so my good friend Tashonda Duckett took me to a Liberty game. And we sat on the court, and I was with her and the owner, and we cheered on, and y'all won a championship in 55 years under Keia Clarke's leadership. Y'all got to give it up. You're going to feel so uncomfortable right now because I'm going to brag on you a little bit. And Shireen, where is she? Don't cry. Where's Shireen? Don't cry in the back. And Miss Linda, her mom is here, who we raised a glass. I had to. That's it, though. I stopped. But I want to just talk about this for just 1 minute. So you broke attendance and viewership records under your leadership. See, people aren't going to talk about that, right? They're going to talk about the WNBA, this and that, and this and that, but this is about business, and man, are you a master at this? You know how hard it is to get a ticket to the game, because I tried to get it. Girl, I got tickets, right? So you boosted revenue, you boosted fan engagement, you're shaking your head, to sold out arenas when the arenas were empty. They were empty. You are the CEO of the year. And when I tell you, our chairman is very particular. And when we said Keia Clarke, CEO of the year, it was a unanimous yes to the committee, because we know that you are a visionary leader and you're transforming something really important, and that is Black women in sports. I didn't say women in sports, Black women in sports, with boldness, with innovation, and a refusal to accept mediocre, because we know mediocre for us gets us nowhere. So as the CEO of the New York Liberty, the 2024 champions, come on up here, Miss Keia Clarke, you are proof that when vision meets resilience, unstoppable growth happens. See, you just don't see opportunities, you create them. Go, girl, go on and cry. And you do it with such a strategic mindset, because I literally did all kind of research to understand you are fearless, you are beautiful, you are amazing, and you are worthy. So I'm going to move off this mic because I'm about to get teary-eyed, and I'm going to let you take this side because you are worthy.
Woo, thank you so much, Michelle. I have to say, like I tell the Black women that are on my team who I hired, we walk into each other's offices, sometimes we say, I'm just so full right now. And this room knows what that means. And everybody doesn't know what that means, but this is truly, truly an honor for me to be recognized here today, especially alongside such inspiring honorees. I feel like a baby in here, not by age, just by what you've accomplished and the impact that you've had. As a little girl, I would always try to get a look at my Aunt TJ's copy of Essence before she could. And when she sees this recording, she'll reminisce on that time. Don't lick my pages, don't read it before I read it. But I did it anyways because it was one of the first places where I saw women who looked like me, and they were celebrated for power, and they were celebrated for their drive, and I wanted that. So to stand here today as CEO of the year, which feels crazy, CEO of a WNBA basketball team, it's truly surreal. For over 15 years, which is also nuts, with the Liberty, I spent 5 at the WNBA, so almost 20 years in this league. My work has always been about creating space where there was none. They weren't really checking for us, as you said. Arenas were empty, and really this was the league that was dominated by Black women. And today, it's only possible that we've seen the success we've had, that I've had the success I've seen because of a strong village. So I have to take a minute to thank the people that I've been blessed to be in my village. First of all, we already shouted out my mother, Linda, who's here, who taught me a lot of things, but taught me the power of prayer and to embrace leadership, even if it felt daunting. To our team owners, Joe and Clara Wusai, they believed early, they invested relentlessly, but most importantly, they trusted me with this team to shepherd it to where we are today. To the committed Liberty staff, they are the absolute best in the business. I couldn't do any of this without them. And to the extraordinary women who play this game, it is truly the honor of my life to amplify a team and a league made up of women of color. Black women, that's what this league has been, that's what it will always be. And he's not here, but he will see it, and my family will see this. My husband, Brian, and our children, Avery and Gavin, they see the not so cool parts of me. They see the non-sports moments, the confetti doesn't always fall, the rings aren't always put in our hands, but they hold me up every single day. At the Liberty, we are building more than a basketball team. This is a movement. A lot of shout outs today just in the rooms talking about the Liberty and talking about Ellie and talking about the championship. I appreciate your support. I thank and love all of you. And let's run it back, 2026, 30 years. Thank you so much.
She's like her basketball knees. Oh my gosh. All right. So, is everyone having a good time? Yeah. He came down a little bit. Okay. Bevy, I see you. Listen, I went to one of Bevy's dinner. I finally got invited once I got to Essence. Thank you. And I kind of bit off of this because you do something special. Yo, listen, no, Ursula, no, you're not. Listen, Bevy, you can take it. It's like a 5-year wait list. No.
But Patty, you came to the Essence one that I did with Jill Scott. Miss Patty, you went to it.
Miss Patty, but we gonna talk. I don't believe, yo, she fun. Okay, so where's my girl V? You would have to be in this inner circle to understand Valeisha Butterfield you are an amazing individual. You are an amazing blessing from God. Like your story, I'm going off a script because I know you and I know what you've been through, sis. And God's not done with you. And we are honored to be in your presence today. So you are a change agent for real. Not because you're trying to get, an award, not because you're trying to be in the shop, because you see a need and you feel it. And you come from a little flow. Look, your family got it going on, so you don't really have to, but you do. Michelle, stay on script. Okay, you're just doing too much. I learned from the best, okay? Because let me tell you, this room looked way different until Rechelle Dennis walked in, but it looked good. The ending was amazing. Okay, so this award goes to someone who just doesn't talk the talk, but you walk the walk. I have personally seen you, and I got this script last night at midnight, and I was up till 2 o'clock changing this because I wanted to say I have personally seen you handle challenges and triumphs with grace, with beauty, with dignity, with empathy, with efficacy, and a heart for others. So let me just say, I'm going to just say this real quick. Now, we know 318,000, whatever, it's a lot of black women have lost jobs, right? Because we're so dispensable. But we do so much. And we saw the statistic. I want to tell you, in 24 hours, I said, how did Valeisha set up a whole organization to support these women in 24 hours? I don't even need to read from a paper because who does that? And it wasn't about having an opportunity. It wasn't about making money. It was about seeing a need and fulfilling it. Because she had just launched a company called Seed, which was dope, right? Valeisha, everybody can't do that. And everybody is not blessed to do that. And so when we sat down at the table and we agreed to honor you, it was hell yeah. I'm gonna cuss with you a little bit, just a little bit, because I'm not trying to block my blessings because I've been so bad. Valeisha, I want you to stand up, sis, because you have been a tech guru. You have started nonprofits. You have been with the Grammy organization. and then you launch your own business. And I want everyone in this room, if Valeisha Butterfield needs something, I need you to take the call, because this is the type of industry, people, funding that we are supposed to be doing. We talk about it and this and that, but this sister here is trying to get it done for all of us. I love you, sis. We appreciate you. You deserve to be on the stage. I'm gonna give up this mic and let you stand here, but this is a change agent, and we honor her today.
All right, Slit. Bevy said I could. Ursula, you're 67, I'm 47, so I pulled out the Slit today. Thank you. So are you. It's so good to be here. Michele, to be seen when you're experiencing one of your lowest points means more than you know. And when I think about the power of Essence convening us in this beautiful room, in this beautiful space at this difficult time, I'm just so thankful to you, Rich, truly, you, Martha, Shelley, for your leadership and for your vision, because you too didn't have to. But you brought us together, and Rich is like family, which I should say, I'll talk more about that later, but like I spend time at his home. His family is like my family. I've spent time in Liberia. I've had the ugly cry with Rich many times. And sometimes when you're so close to someone, you don't always see them, but you do. And so just thank you for recognizing the work beyond our friendship. It means more than you know. I really mean that. I'm in awe, to be honest, Miss Patti, to be standing here with you and to be alongside all of these beautiful honorees. I don't for a second take this lightly or for granted. And when I think about my life just 2 months ago, it changed forever. I remember driving in my car, again, just 2 months ago, normal Sunday morning. I'm with my two boys, Shelley knows them, Dylan and DJ, and I'm just, being a basketball mom in my sweats, no makeup, driving to the basketball game, typical Sunday. And my boys were in the back seat asleep, and I was having a moment. I guess it was an ego moment. Like, God, what am I doing wrong? I've done all these great things. I've worked for the White House. I've been the president of the Grammys, still on their board. I've worked for Google at the highest level. I've had a seat at almost every table in every industry. But today and this year, I just feel stuck. I feel like maybe I don't matter anymore. Maybe no one cares anymore. My phone was blowing up last year. I was popping. And it stopped. And it stopped when I decided to become an entrepreneur, and I decided to bet on myself. We glorify entrepreneurship a lot, right? But when you actually take the leap, even with some capital, things change. And in that moment of pride and ego, I stopped myself and I began to pray. And I said, God, less of me, more of you. Like, reduce me to my simplest form and expand in my life and just tell me what you want me to do. And it was so clear. I hear God, we all hear God differently. I feel God, I don't hear a voice, but in that moment he said, just launch it. Just launch the fund. And as Michele said, 318,000 Black women have been forced out of the workforce in just 3 months. And women we know, many of us are in this room. And God said so clearly to me, just launch the fund. And so I did. I was obedient, and I was like, I don't know what this means, but all right, let's do it. And I did it because I had the tools. I'd learned from Google. I'd learned from the Grammys. I'd learned from the White House what to do when crisis comes. And so I did what I was trained to do, and 40,000 Black women applied within 72 hours. Wow. And I'm gonna read you one story of the 40,000, and I'll keep names, of course, private. But this is what we're dealing with, y'all. Again, less of me, less of us, more of him. She said, again, 40,000 Black women have applied. She said, I'm a mother of 3, and last month I walked into my office at an Ivy League top 3 university, my normal routine for the last 17 years, where I served as a professor with no infractions, stellar performance reports, wonderful student reviews, and love all around, I thought I was abruptly told while getting my coffee that my services were no longer needed. I asked whether I could collect my items. I asked for an explanation why, and they were silent, and they said they would be mailed to me, including my doctorate degree that was sitting on the wall. I'm now, with my 3 children, moving into my grandmother's home. I've been applying for jobs, including being a gig worker, applying to be a cook, and no one will even return my call. And so that's what we're dealing with. And so I just want to say thank you to those of us in this room for seeing each other, for recognizing us, Michele and Rich and everyone here. And we got work to do. Yes. Right? Like when we leave here, just know there are 318,000 women counting on us to be bold, to have courage, and to not back down. And so you have my commitment to honor them, and I thank you for honoring me. Thank you so much. And Bevy, the slit is out, honey.
Don't mess with that. You know, Essence serves black women fully, right? I think Valeisha, Rich, she don't need to be an entrepreneur. She needs to come and be in our family. Oh, okay, all right, okay. So Valeisha, I want to tell you this. So a really quick story, and then we're going to wrap up because we're going to end on time, and we have 2 more amazing honorees. My son tells me I need to update my scripture. He goes, Mommy, I want my scripture to be John 13:7. That's on my chalkboard. It says, you do not realize now what I'm doing, but later you will understand. I said, you better talk that talk and know that God has plans for all of us. Okay, so I cannot sing, but maybe I could take some lessons from the vocal coach. So I want to tell you this really quickly. So, you know, Rich said, there's so many influencers out there and they don't get recognized. They get recognized because they have followers, they have subscribers, they're getting paid, they're this, that, but they're not recognized in an open forum. So I just Googled, or ChatGPT, I said, who's the biggest black YouTuber? Sis, come on, Cheryl Porter.
You didn't even know, did you?
I didn't until it popped up. So there wasn't even nobody underneath. It said Cheryl Porter, the vocal coach. So then I said, I'm a DM her. I'm relentless. Then I said, okay, I called Keia, who's not here, but she's part of our PR team, right? And she says, oh, we got a contact. I said, oh, connect me. So then I was so happy like a little kid. I said, Rich, we found her. We found Cheryl Porter. I did, right? I text you. He's like, and this is Rich's turn when it's good. He won't respond if it's some bullshit. But he was like, fantastic. So let me tell you why you're more than an influencer, sis. You are more than an influencer. 13 million subscribers on YouTube. 13 million. We trying to be like you, and we like the biggest black female. Okay, 5 billion views. I round it up because I always round up. All my friends will tell you, I'll just round up. You have 45 million followers. 45 million followers. And so when I called Cheryl, I'm gonna just bring you up to the stage, but I'm gonna tell you this. So I called her and I said, hey Cheryl, we wanna honor you. And she was so gracious. She's like, I would be honored to be honored by Essence. I know your brand. I know your love for black women. I know what you do. And she says, and my prayer was, Michele, when I launched this business and this online, vocal coaching, and then I went to look, I saw all kind of people trying to sing. Girl, they still need to take the lessons. Anyway, you said, my prayer to God was like, let me just make $1 million. And you told me I made $1 million in 1 month. I want to tell you, our prayers are so small when God has something so much bigger for us. And then you said, I have built an 8-figure business on the gift that God gave me. And then the blessing is you've been able to hire 30 people who probably look like you. I'm coming to your house in Italy. I don't need to go to Chicago. Because she did her own makeup. She did her sister's makeup. She can cook. She can sing. I said, damn, what can't she do? Cheryl Porter, we see you today, sis. We're more than a follower on YouTube. We are honoring you. We love you. Girl, come on up here. We honor you today. Come on, girl.
Thank you, sis.
Oh, let me give you a hug.
Thank you, my darling.
Oh, yes, go.
Okay, so I'm waiting. Okay, wonderful. I have this teleprompter. Giving glory to God who is ahead of my life, and I'm so honored to be in this room with extraordinary people. Can I have another applause for everybody in here? Madam, Mama Patti, every honoree, every person here, I'm beyond honored to be in the same room with such legends and such power and such strength. I grew up on the south side of Chicago, where kids who have a song are often silenced before they ever get a chance to sing it. I was one of those kids, the daughter of a janitress, my mother, Christine, a single mother who was the very definition of elegance and essence. Every morning, before going to clean the toilets in the projects of Cabrini Green, in the roughest part of Chicago, she would style her hair just so, put on her lipstick, and spray on a little Chanel No. 5. Like she was walking into a corner office on Michigan Avenue. She used to tell me and my sister Angie, get an education, stay in school, or you wind up cleaning toilets like me. But what my mother didn't know was that through her pride and unshakable dignity, she was already teaching us what real strength and a real Black woman looks like. In 2020, me, little old Cheryl Porter, the daughter of a janitress, went on social media. And I told, at the time, maybe 3 million followers. Today they're 45 million, but 3 million followers, that I was launching my very first online singing course. No marketing, no funnels, no opt-ins, no fancy strategy. In that moment, I realized that this was bigger than myself. And it was bigger than I could have ever imagined. And it wasn't about singing. It was about freedom, about voice, about hope. So tonight I dedicate this award to my incredible mother, Christine, and everyone who's ever felt small, unseen, or told that their voice did not matter. Because it does matter. You do have a song, and the world needs to hear it. And as a multilingual Black woman who has traveled to over 50 countries and lived in Italy for over 30 years, io voglio che ogni ragazza nera sappi che il mondo è vostro. Non pretendere che tutte le strade sono chiuse e non lasciare nessuno dire che le strade sono bloccate, perché tu puoi aprire le strade e tu sei la chiave. In English it means the world is yours. Don't let anyone tell you that the roads are blocked. And don't let anyone tell you that the doors are closed, because my little sister, you are the key. Thank you, Essence, for celebrating every soul who dares to sing, even when no one's listening. I'm so honored. Thank you so much. Okay, we got to do it. Okay. He. Noom, 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 noom. Now we're going to do it faster. He. Noom, 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 noom. Kill it, baby. Have a good night, y'all. Y'all sound
good. Yeah, you got to give Patti some love on that. Oh, my God, this is so good. Oh, my. Is everyone just loving this? Okay, we are almost done. You got your food. The food's not going to add any calories, okay? So, I don't want to say this, but y'all know we had to save Miss Patti for last, right? We had to save Miss Patti for last, and it's such an honor to have you in this room tonight. And L'Oreal is going to present this award to you, and we're going to bring Rechelle up because this is such a worthy moment in this room today. We love you, Miss Patti. Rechelle, please. Come on, sis. This is my homegirl. We go way back.
Way back. I am so moved. To God be the glory. God is so good. I am so moved. Patti, if I may go off script for just a moment. The connections, the love, the impact in this room, I hope each of us takes it to heart and is compelled for action. And I want to make it personal. So Monica Turner talked about L'Oreal. So I have been at L'Oreal for 10 years, but I spent 23 years at Procter & Gamble. And I watched Monica Turner very quietly, methodically, strategically. And because you are, I am. And my husband worked for Ursula Burns. He would come home and tell me about the stories of seeing her leadership in action. So I want to acknowledge the power of our interdependence and connectedness, and really appreciate how we are impacting not only those that we know, but those that we don't know. Everyone is watching. I watched your video and the compulsion that said, I'm gonna do this. I don't have all the answers, but we're gonna do this. I watched it that very day. I did not know you. We instantly became Facebook friends. I am incredibly moved and honored to present this final award of the Legend Award. That's right, Legend. The Legend Award is reserved for someone whose career transcends industries, whose influence spans generations, whose excellence is simply undeniable. 7 decades of impact. I want to let it resonate in the room. 7 decades of impact. On behalf of L'Oreal, we are thrilled and honored to present this award to a woman who embodies everything that we celebrate tonight. Patti LaBelle is not just a music icon, although your voice could carry this award all by itself. She is a businesswoman. She's an entrepreneur, a cultural force, and a living testament to Black excellence. From sold-out concert halls to Grammy awards, and I have to say it, those sweet potato pies that broke the internet. Patti has built a legacy that goes far beyond just entertainment. Since I was in high school, if I was ever asked for a theme song, for those of you that were in a L'Oreal senior meeting last week, everyone has to pick a walk-up song. My walk-up song, I am 55 years old. My walk-up song for the last 30 years has been Lady Marmalade. It makes you strut, it makes you happy, it exudes power and confidence. So Patti, you are a legend, not just because of what you have achieved, but because of who you are in all of the Black women and people that you have inspired to believe in their own greatness because of the impact that you have made on so many. So it is my honor to represent the L'Oreal Group in presenting you with the Icon Award. Please welcome Patti to the stage.
I love all of you. I have learned so much from the ladies who came up to get their honors. I'm 81 years young, and I'm still learning. And just seeing all the accomplishments that you ladies have made on your own, girl, you're going to make me just feel like I'm 10, because I'm going to continue to strive. God, I just want to thank Rich. In essence, Rich has been a buddy for a long time. And for you to have called Zori to say, would your mother come and get this reward? I know it's an award, but when Zori said that you called, I said, Rich called? I said, okay, let me figure out something to wear. So I had this drag, but I just want to say that I am lucky to be standing. I lost all my sisters before they turned 40 of different types of cancer. So I always thought that I would leave early, and God is on my side. and I'm still standing. And I am just honored to be here. And as we had said earlier, that we're in a bad place. We're being pushed down. We're being everything that's not good. And I always say when I wake up every morning, I could do better. I could do my best to try and get us all together and make it an easier world for Black women and men. And for our life, the way it's going to be for the next, I don't know how many, 3 years with boyfriend, we have to get together and fight, because nobody can bring a Black woman or Black man down unless we let them. So I'm going to just say I have to get back to Philly before the Eagles traffic happens. So I just love this whole room. Thank you. And what's your name, boo-boo?
Rechelle.
I know, but I forgot it. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for what you say and what you do. And this is like a prestigious room. My God, it's all these fabulous people. Women, we're doing it for ourselves. God bless you all, and thank you for everything, everything. What else, Patti?
Oh, did you want to say something about Madam C.J. Walker?
Oh, them, yes. That's what who said that? Bevy, that's my dog. Madam C.J. Walker, that's right. I was going to say that first, Bevy. Being in her surroundings, her place, and I watched so many things about this woman, and to see her do what she did and scared a lot of white folks because she was so powerful. All of us women in this room are on her shoulders. And I thank you, darling, wherever you are, and I know you can hear us all celebrate you. Thank you, Bevy. Thank you all. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Hello, everybody. My name's Alelia Bundles. And I'm Madam C.J. Walker's great-great-granddaughter and biographer. And Miss Patti has been on the stage of the Madam Walker Legacy Center. I have been on the stage with her and in the green room. And Miss Ursula Burns, I have seen your good work with history makers at the Ford Foundation. So and Rich, thank you so much for having the vision. So I will just say something very quickly. Madam C.J. Walker built this house in 1918 because she wanted it to be a monument to Black women's efforts. This house was built by Black women whose work and whose sales for the Madam C.J. Walker Manufacturing Company made it possible for Madam Walker to have that wealth. But she wanted to share it. She wanted it. She told her sales agents in 1917 at her national convention, one of the first national conventions of women entrepreneurs, I want you to understand that your first duty is to humanity. I want others to look at us and realize that we care not just about others, not just about ourselves, but about others. She gave prizes not just to the women who sold the most products, but to the women who gave the most to charity. And in this moment, when we are facing so much adversity, I will remind you that at the end of the convention, the women sent a telegram to President Woodrow Wilson urging him to support legislation to make lynching a federal crime. So on this day, as we're in this room, it reminds me of August 1918 when Madam Walker hosted her opening party for Villa Lewaro. And at that party, Frederick Douglass's grandson, the first Black violinist to play in Europe, was playing. And so when I heard the violinist when I walked in, I knew that Madam Walker's spirit was here. So yes, full circle. So she would be so proud to be in this room because she dreamed of this, whether she knew it or not. And thank you very much, Rich. Thank you to all of you, and congratulations.
So I had zero plans to say anything. Last year was the first Black Women in Business Luncheon, and we did it at Festival. And it was in the Four Seasons Ballroom. It didn't feel intimate. It didn't feel personal. And it didn't feel like why we followed Madam Walker into this place that we're in. We've been working on this place now, Villa Lewaro, for probably 10 years. When you think about how long it took us to negotiate, it's probably longer. So there's a real backstory. And everything I could have done wrong, I did wrong. I shared with a few people here. The gentleman and his wife that owned it, what was his name again? Ambassador Doley, was the most honorary guy I've ever met, or is, but was also the kindest guy because of what he and his wife put into preserving this at a time when there was nobody else interested in our legacy and in our history. He and his wife preserved it. That's probably the only thing Dolly and I ever agreed on. And we spent 5 years negotiating for the place. I was aligned with making it a historical site before we renovated, which then means it costs 5 times as much to renovate. So it hasn't been the most brilliant of business moves, but it has been the most brilliant of business moves. Because the room that you're sitting in now is a room where when black dignitaries would come from Africa, this is where they would come. The rooms here is where they would sleep because they weren't allowed to sleep in the hotels and then nearby. When Madam Walker's business partners, those women that would come from all over, they couldn't sleep in the hotels here. They could sleep here, right? The decisions that were made in this house, I don't know how many of you know this, but Madam Walker was one of the very first contributors financially, and probably at some point the largest contributor to the NAACP. And she was a woman, right? That's what this house represents. That's why we're here. That's why we're going through what we're going through to bring it back to its full glory. And this is the spirit that she had here, and this is the spirit that we intended. Now, the relationships that I have with the people that put up with me, I appreciate you guys all making it here today, because this is the kickoff of what the next layers of legacy looks like. And if you notice, this is multi-generational. That's what Essence represents. That's what we're building. We're making sure that the woman that's born today is just as seen, heard, and represented as the woman who read Essence 55 years ago when it came out, and everybody in between. And so we thank you guys for supporting us. But more than anything, the things that you guys have done as honorees is absolutely mind-boggling. The inspiration, the motivation, all the cute stuff that we talk about, but the fucking business that you guys have built, I mean, real businesses moving billions of dollars, dominating store shelves. You know, I remember when you guys were starting this, Miss Patti. I remember, Zuri, when you guys were first going into Walmart with the pies. I remember that far back. And look at what you've built, right? And what you've shown is that you don't just have to be one-dimensional. And we can do it on our terms with our brains and with our efforts and with our own money, and that we don't need to rely on anybody else to come save us. We can save ourselves. We can fight for our own opportunities, and we can battle with the best of them. That's what this room represents. That's what this house represents. A woman who built her business writing letters to her manager to manage the business while she was out on trains that she couldn't sit with all the money she had, couldn't sit in the first class cabin, buses she couldn't get on, hotels she couldn't stay in, right? Risking her life going through all these towns and all these cities and all these states. And she built this. So what do you have to complain about? You know, what do we have to complain about? The only thing we have to do is to do it, and you guys are the inspiration for that, and you guys inspire me every day. And when you all, I don't think there's anybody here who hasn't pulled me aside and said, yo, dude, you can do better. And I appreciate that. Just please do that for everybody else. Thank you.
All right, so Rich made it a trend, so I'm not going to get back up on stage. So I have the unenviable position of closing out after this. Because when you're in moments like this, you get moved beyond the capability of words. I want to thank our sponsor, L'Oreal Group. The word doesn't capture what you've done today, because when you say sponsor, yeah, we put some money against something. To underwrite a cultural moment, to underwrite the emotions felt, to underwrite our ability to actually prepare ourselves for the battle ahead is so much more than to be captured in the word sponsor. Thank you. Procter & Gamble, thank you. Every other partner that we have, thank you. It matters to Essence. More importantly, it matters to the communities that live off of these glimpses. To our honorees, you gave us a chance today to glimpse into your courage, glimpse into your brilliance, glimpse into the vision you all had to see what couldn't be seen. And it inspires all of us. You don't know what you have done for the people in this room. More importantly, you don't know the impact you've had to the millions who you don't know. We live through you, you inspire us, and we are now responsible to be better than we are on our own. This is the village. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for giving some of your time to us today, for tolerating this crazy host that we have, Michele Ghee. And
Okay, so listen, this is my boss, okay? So listen, okay, no, give me the mic. So I do want to say this. So we're asking.
Where's HR?
I love working for a black. Y'all don't understand. Okay, so everybody who took a video today, this is what we're asking. To not post for 24 hours. Because what we want to do is we want to be able to press this out as far as we can, and we know if we press it out on our channels, we're going to get the biggest bang. And we want everyone to see this. So in 24 hours, feel free. Tag us, post us, do everything. So if you guys would do me that favor, please do that, okay? Because I know y'all influence you, especially you. Okay, but listen, but tomorrow, 45 million, we need you to do that.
Can y'all imagine what it's like to report to this guy and try to pretend that I'm managing this one? Thank you for your time. Thank you for your investment. Please, for those of you traveling, Miss Patti and others that came a distance to be here, get home safely. And it feels like church, so God bless all of you. Thank you.
And finally, I just want to thank. I know. No, but if you work for Essence, raise your hand. Because can I tell you did a hell of a job today? Can I tell you that you were here early? No, come in this room. I want everybody to be seen. Everybody to be seen. Everybody to be seen. Because this is what black excellence looks like. Everybody come in. Everybody come in. 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 We don't just talk about it. Come in. Exactly. Come in. Come in. Okay. Yeah. If you work for Essence, everybody's talking about it, but we're always about it. Look at this amazing black talent that we hire, that we're cultivating, that will stand on this stage one day. Thank every single one of you for being here. Okay, they're all over the place. They ain't gonna raise their hands. There might be more employees than people here, but guess what? We're amazing. All right, enjoy the rest of your evening. We love you guys.